All right, welcome to the October 21st Arborist call. Agenda today, just kind of a brief meeting intro. Welcome. We have node updates from ZebraD, Zcash. Main topic today, or one of the primary topics, is to talk about NU5 and the overall status, some of the effort that's going into getting ready for that activation. And then we always kind of revisit the timeline just to make sure that, anyone popping into an Arborist call that maybe hasn't seen the sequence leading up, we've always got the latest timeline in the latest Arborist call. And then we have a wrap up, but honestly, all throughout the call, if anyone has any questions or comments or thoughts or anything, just feel free to drop those in chat or speak up, raise your hand if you're a panelist, and we'll just kind of address it as we go. More of a laid back, relaxed kind of session. But what are Arborist calls? If you're not familiar, we get together every couple weeks. And the topic here is it's protocol. That's what it is. So I know sometimes we have other questions about, hey, what about this in the industry? Or what about this that's going on the side? And we can do our best to kind of, maybe speak to that a little, but the primary focus is the protocol and what's going on there in terms of the next upgrade. That's when we always talk about timelines, the process, kind of where we're at in the process, R&D efforts, things we might be looking at, design and implementation of new features that are upcoming. And then we just kind of sync up on any kind of blockers or anything unresolved that we need to be aware of or take care of. The purpose is to kind of have a community-wide place we can go and talk about protocol development and current activity around protocol development, kind of making it a little more transparent for everyone. Anybody can participate. If you're just interested in protocol development, you're welcome to attend. If there's something you'd like to present or you'd like to suggest a topic for a future Arborist call, then just drop me a line, steven@electriccoin.co, and we will get you slotted in. So we come to our node updates. We always start with ZebraD. And I believe you said Trezor was going to present something. Okay, well, I will stop sharing, and Trezor, you can take it away.
Oh, it's fine. I don't have anything to present.
Okay, well, that's good.
So I'll just talk to what we've done over the past 2 weeks. So we've been finishing off the mempool in Zebra, and we've been working on the mempool denial of service implementation, which is from Zip 401 with a few minor changes based on the way that Zebra works. We've been finishing off the network protocol implementation in Zebra, and particularly gossiping verified blocks and verified mempool transactions. That we always had the messages in place to do that. We just didn't have the rest of Zebra in place and hooked up in order to do that. And we've added some metrics and dashboards for the mempool, which have helped us work out if it's working correctly. This sprint, we've been fixing some network security issues and limiting how fast Zebra can make connections and how many connections it can make. Which was something that the Ziggurat team reported to us a few months ago. We're working on upgrading to Tokyo 1, which is a Rust async library that we're using, and we're preparing to release our first beta release. So we're doing a bit of cleanup and work around that.
Cool, very good. All right, let's see. I had a couple requests to promote people. I believe I've got everyone, and yeah, we'll keep going. So let me get my screen back up.
Oh, I'm raising my hand. I didn't use the raise hand functionality.
Yeah, go ahead.
A thing we did do in our release that was just tagged early this morning is we upgraded our use to the latest release of Ed2 5519 Zebra. This is the 3.0 major release. It is, I think it's also used in Zcash. So if you are looking for updates, that's available. We upgraded our use of the ZeroWise crate, which had a security fix in it. And I think we also updated our use of the RAND crate because the RAND update changed its API and we exposed it in our API. This is the major thing that necessitated the major version upgrade. So that's now available for anyone that needs to verify Zcash flavored Ed25519 signatures, or anyone who wants a consensus critical verification of Ed25519 signatures.
Cool. We do use that too, right? On Zcash, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
So,
I thought so.
I wasn't sure if you had updated or not yet to
Oh, I see.
3.0 because I think it was only released a week ago. Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. Very good. Thank you. Okay. Screen share. We could, honestly, I'll get the presentation back up. We could probably talk through most of this. It's very similar to the slides we've gone through before. Okay. Zcash update at the moment is basically all NU5. So we'll just kind of hop into that. This is the status of our, let's just call these collectively the testnet releases. At the last call, we had put out 450, 451, and I believe we met on the 7th on the 7th, and we released 451-1 on October the 11th. We added a couple things in there. One was a new RPC, list addresses, which replaces functionality that was in the get addresses by account RPC. So it's one RPC that lists out all your addresses, including transparent, sapling orchard, whatever. So, and then we also included a fix to mark V5 transaction format as standard for NU5, and that basically allowed us to send things around on testnet, which was a pretty big item to include. So we got that. So that as far as we know, we don't know of any open issue that we need to correct on NU5. We'll obviously have additional releases for testnet as we add more and more functionality, particularly around wallet. But yeah, so that's kind of the status at the moment. Feature set, again, for sake of completeness, this is the list here for anyone that might be just hopping into the Arborist call, but this list has been the same list for a while. And then overall timeline, we're kind of in the right-hand side of this graph, obviously. Bulk of this is behind us. We activated on testnet, depending on where you were, late on the 6th, early on the 7th of October. Mainnet support release, which is the release that sets mainnet activation height. We're looking for roughly, mid-November sometime. So that's kind of our overall schedule there. Let's see. All right, so that's kind of the main thing. We have a question. Oh, not a question, quick comment. ZebraD-V. Thanks for everyone answering my question last week. Okay, all right. So I think we got that one answered, and then we got a few things in chat, but that's just the link to the ED25519 Zebra crate info. All right. Okay. Let's see. I do believe that's it for NU5 update. So I'll open it up for any questions about NU5 status of things. Any questions, comments, feedback? Update on audit. I see Deirdre's hand just went up. We're coordinating. Was that your question?
Yeah.
Okay. I think I was subliminally seeing your hand go up right at the same time I was saying that. But yeah, we've kind of finished our review of the draft of NCC and Kedit's audit, and we're just coordinating with them for. I think that they like to kind of make an announcement at the same time, but we should have that, probably next week sometime. It's on my list to kind of just draft a little blog post that introduces, and for people that might not be as familiar with who we use, why we do audits, that kind of random introductory text or whatever. But yeah, should have that pretty quick. So I'm pretty pleased with that process. So.
Awesome. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Other questions at all on NU5 or anything? Tayor?
We were wondering if we could schedule an NU5 retrospective sometime in November, just so that we can talk through how things went and things we might want to change for future network upgrades.
Right. You want to use like one of the Arborist call sessions? I mean, it's kind
Yeah,
of
I think
worked out.
so.
Yeah, it's kind of worked out recently where we've had, a good bit of, we kind of cover the status isn't a huge delta from the last time. We're just progressing. So we definitely would have time in an Arborist call to just kind of do like NU5 retro from beginning to end, if you will. So yeah, be a great idea. Yeah, we'll make sure we include that in a topic. Maybe, yeah, a little bit later in November. I think our next one would be, I don't even know off the top of my head, maybe the 4th, something like that of November would be the next Arborist call. Yeah, the 4th. Yeah, we'll work around the holidays, of course, but yeah, we definitely do that in November sometime.
Sure. I know that we're picking the mainnet activation height in November, but that is probably not a big deal either way for the retrospective.
Right. Okay. Sounds good. All right. Definitely work that in. Other comments or questions?
Can that be recorded? Because I won't be there. I will be in Mexico.
Oh yeah, on the 4th you'll be in Mexico.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we they're all recorded. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. After we get all the jokes aside, then we start recording, and so, yeah. All right. Anything else from anyone? Oh, Sean, you want to give us that is Sean. Yeah, Sean, you want to give us an update on this Halo 2 security proof?
Yeah, so we're pretty close to having something that we can show off. Just to be clear, the security proof that we're talking about here is not a security proof of Orchard. We haven't been working on that. We've been working on a security proof.
I've been working on an Orchard one in the background, but
oh yeah, okay. Yep. But so the security proof we're talking about is actually just a part of the security proof for the construction that we deployed in Halo, and it's a long security proof, and it's got a lot of terms in it, and it's a little dense, but it's mostly a formality. It's a kind of a mishmash of two protocols: the Planck-like protocol and a modified version of the inner product argument that is famously used in bulletproofs, just mishmashed together and sort of in a way that's the way that you write these security proofs for these particular kinds of constructions, or the way we've gone about it, requires us to write a proof of the construction in its entirety, and you can't really break it out into pieces. And then unfortunately, that's just kind of the framework we've had to write the security proof for. So it is a little daunting to go about that, but it's working out. We're learning a couple things about how about the protocol, concrete security of the protocol. So it's been actually worthwhile, even though it's mostly just implementing. They're writing proofs for stuff that people have already deployed in production all over the place. But for whatever reason, no one has written security proofs for these constructions, even though they've deployed them. So we will be the first to do that for whatever reason. Nobody's written a Planck proof. No one's written a proof of this modified inner product argument. They're obviously secure, but
I believe the only tight security proof of a zero knowledge proof system is the one for bulletproofs. So this will this be the only other tight security proof for a proof?
There's
proof
one
system?
for Sonic as well.
Oh, is there? Okay.
Yeah, but anyway, so that's the status on that.
Nice. Thank you.
All right. All right. Anything else NU5 related or other? We can definitely open the conversation up to anything anyone would like to chat about too. And if no one has anything to chat about, and we all have a lot on our plates, we can get the time back as well.
Dara, on the Orchard proof or write-up, any ETA or anything on that?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm kind of busy with other things, so I will probably be and I'll be able to continue working on that in December. I'm hoping to have the proof before and U5 activates.
Ooh, that'd be good.
Yeah.
Definitely. Nice to have on hand.
And I'll be working on it in December. So
Okay.
If I find any problem in the protocol, there might be enough time to delay the activation. Not that I expect to find a problem.
Taylor?
So we were wondering when we were going to start seeing V5 transactions on testnet. There's no urgency here. It's just more that if we know when there's going to be a version of Zcash that'll start generating particularly the Orchard transactions, then we'll know to look out for any bugs in Zebra that might happen to occur around that time.
So the V5 transactions, that's what's there now, right? If you did just like a ZSend mini, it'd be version 5. It wouldn't have like an Orchard address in it per se, but the transactions would be V5, I think, right? Especially if you have.
That's what I'm asking.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
So if you use ZSend many and there are no Sprout components, then it will use V5.
Right. Yeah. And to be clear, and if I state this wrong, please correct me, but both version 4 and 5 transactions are valid.
Yes.
At this point, yeah. Okay. But the default would be like if you're doing a send many sapling to sapling, it would be a version 5.
Yeah. And as far as Orchard components of those transaction goes, I think we're on track to have a version of Zcash D around the beginning of November. We've got, with some people being out, we've had a little bit of a delay, but I think we should be getting back on track here pretty soon.
Very good. All right. Other questions from anyone?
Taya still has the hand up,
but
I don't know whether. Okay.
Yeah, sorry about that. That's Zoom catching me out because Google puts my hand down.
Oh, right. Yeah. If you put your hand up in a Google Meet and basically clear your throat, it'll put your hand up. So I've noticed that. There needs to be a configuration option for that. So anyway, cool. All right. Question in the chat. It was good to see ECC's blog post on usability. Any update on hardware wallet support following discussion last week? I don't have any particular update on hardware wallet support. I know we haven't obviously done anything in the last couple of weeks on that, other than kind of the update that we gave. I know Trezor is the folks at Trezor are working actively on support in that product. And then I believe, again, the latest that I saw on the Ledger support was an implementation was available, but there needs to be wallet support added either through the form of Ledger Live or some other wallet. So.
Yeah, we've been talking to the Zondax guys about
good
about making some progress on that.
Okay, good.
We're hoping to figure out a path forward.
Cool, very good.
Yeah, for the Trezor, we did make some changes to support libraries to make it easier to use them with no standard.
Yep. All right. Yeah. Okay. All right. Other questions or comments or anything anyone wants to discuss today? Is the Trezor timeline 12 months from October? I'm not sure of their timeline actually on their grant. I'm assuming their application kind of broke down milestones and anticipated delivery dates, but I'm not super familiar with them personally. Should be in the, like, if you just Google that grant, though, it should be on the grant page, right? Kind of the different milestones in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, there might also be some information on the forum as well.
Right. Okay. Okay. Yeah.
I think I'll be honest. I think these questions are better directed to Trezor rather than
that's true. Yeah.
To this venue.
Yeah, that's a good point. I'm kind of just speculating based on you know, the little bit of info I have. I mean, we do, like Dara said, we did make some changes to some libraries for Trezor to kind of help, just kind of made them where they could make it, made them more usable anyway. Let's just put it like that. So let's see, DC, your hands up. I'm gonna actually promote you. That'll work. And you can rejoin as a panelist. Okay, you got the floor.
Hey folks, good afternoon. I didn't actually have a question. I was just coming to cheer the impending Trezor support.
Oh, okay. Yep, cool. Yeah, I think they're making, you know, again, I would take the questions directly to the Trezor, but it seems like they're I mean, they're definitely actively making progress for sure.
Yeah, one thing I heard, we were talking about Trezor internally earlier this week. It's my understanding the team is targeting the newer model. So don't buy an old Trezor and expect it to do shielded Zcash. Is the steer we're getting from them.
Yeah, let's see. The new model being Trezor T, right?
Right.
Yeah, Model T as opposed to Model 1.
Yeah, Model T, right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Yes, Model T. There we go. Okay. Anyone have anything else? All right. Well, then I would vote we give the time back, but if there's other things people want to discuss, I'm more than happy to do that as well. So. Oh, good. Okay. We'll get the time back. Dodger, hope you get to feeling better.
Gotta go back to bed.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thanks, everyone. Talk to you later.
Thank
Bye.
you.